Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I am here once again with Katie.
Hello.
Because I, of course, cannot do everything on my own. I need my beautiful mod. I need her. Yeah, no, don't you and me. Don't you and me. Don't you and me.
Already did it.
I will keep
3
this.
times.
I will keep fucking. I know where you live. Yeah, what chat said. So, anyway, Miles is, still in court. So, let's continue his hell day in court, because now he had to call Larry to the stand.
Oh, what could go wrong?
Oh, it's only Larry.
Only Larry.
Thankfully, the, awful heat has stopped for, like, at least 2 days. What is Miles doing? His best. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Okay. Making sure I had our DM shit set up.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things in which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
All right, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet.
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her.
The safety of the acolyte.
The acolyte, She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. Psycho locks. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Oh no. Suspicious behavior.
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that his intention was to...
Anyway, it is not time to drag it is now time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris Donem, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
Chat says porn.
Oh, I saw. Miles, meanwhile, is just quietly laughing and trying to cover it up with coughing at the defense's bench. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Miles Edgeworth, are you laughing?
No, simply coughing. I didn't bring the proper coat for the climates of Hazakura Temple. I had to fly very quickly, and I packed in haste and forgot my proper coat.
You are a terrible actor.
Ouch!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
I would love to remind everyone that both Katie and I shipped the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Von
I mean,
Butts.
I ship Franzi with someone else too, but we haven't met that character yet.
Oh, right. I was like, who? Yes. That's more of your side ship for her, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We're multi-shippers here. We believe in everybody liking whatever pairing they like. Even if we disagree. Nick in the distance, do you need some cold killer X? No, Nick's like, I'm sick as shit. Nick's like, I'm imagining and hearing Miles laughing. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ouch!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. You know, like the city.
What are you babbling about? I
I
told you to only stick to what's going on in this trial.
Oh, good luck trying to control him, and I have no idea what he's talking about either, so don't ask me. Neither of you know what Viridian City is?
No.
I
Larry-
should remember.
Not unless he was subjected to that really catchy song.
Yeah, that's true.
On the road to Viridian City. Ah, you guys have the same subship. You guys have the same subship. That's the one that I'm like. That's one that I'm like. Yeah, I can see it. I don't actively. Yeah, high five. I agree. Both of you. Internet high five. Larry. This isn't an art store, now is it? I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art's all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it! Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. Oh no, the Von Butts does start here. You were right.
Yeah.
So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch.
Stop with your pathetic babbling and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is just as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. That's interesting. The real prosecutor for this game drinks 17 cups of coffee in one trial, so he's just a coffee fiend. This is too much for me. Or quote-unquote character context. I talked about how much she was robbed of it. We'll see more of it in investigations. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your court testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation? Or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents, as he always is. Because
Satiric.
Is that Franzi swearing in German?
Yes, pretty much. No, not swearing, but
Oh, okay, just speaking in German.
yes.
Because we know better, Larry? Yeah. She literally said he's so foolish in German. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right! I'm behind everything, every case! Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. I miss my Udgy voice. I like Uji, but I miss Udgy very much.
Hold it!
I forgot that happened. Oh, whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse.
So, witness. Any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. You are really pretty, you know that?
Focus.
Okay. Edgy, don't let her hit me. I'm not taking any sides here. I'm actually rather enjoying this. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't have possibly seen the stars. A rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? Ugh.
See, you can do it if you try.
Ouch!
There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love.
Puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whining wuss of a witness.
Oh, what did you see? For your sake, you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see... Being called these names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey, don't need you to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me! It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. Now we're gonna harass the shit out of everyone in this courtroom.
Hold it!
Including Larry and using Larry. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces, now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Otherwise, I might be getting the whip.
It's pretty funny.
What, he didn't see anyone at the bridge that night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Pretty
because
funny.
he would have seen,
Considering he was yelling at someone.
yeah, he was yelling at Nick
Yeah.
not to go, so we present Nick's profile.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. He literally tried to grab Nick and stop him from running across a burning bridge. Also, I just love my friend since grade school versus I don't remember how we became friends.
Yeah.
Bruh. Miles. You remember everything. You proved that in the first game.
Objection!
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I'm finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? I like how Larry's getting like a life coach lesson from Miles.
Coming to Jesus talk.
Yeah. Larry, look into the light. Francisca's like, my brother was friends with this idiot.
Muttering, this man is foolish to herself over and over.
I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So, what happened on the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold.
How is that all that happened to him?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Miles Edgeworth, this better be the truth.
I promise you, it is the truth. My debut case involved the same location. The bridge is 40 feet from the river, and the river is 18 feet deep. And there are rapids.
How did Phoenix Wright survive that?
I have no idea. I chartered a 14-hour flight here as soon as Larry called me.
Witness, why did you not mention that sooner?
I didn't know that you knew Nick.
Man ist so töricht. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
Also, yeah, chat. Francisca desperately trying not to admit that she cares. Yeah, 100%. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Sorry, I'm eating a really tasty cookie.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end.
Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom.
Or a little like that.
That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge.
Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my cars. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away, but how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge?
Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids made during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Oh. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Wait, is that a new statement?
That's a new statement.
Okay. I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah! I thought I'd better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. Right?
Yeah,
Does that mean I'm onto something?
that means you're onto something. Larry's on the stand, right?
Of course he is. He's been whipped
Yeah, you're
several
onto
times.
something.
He's been whipped several times now. He looks like he's in pain, but part of me is afraid he's enjoying it.
Oh, why'd you put that mental image in my head?
If I have to suffer, so too does my hallucination.
I'm gonna go ask the nurse for bleach.
Not even the hallucination of mine is going to do anything like that. No, you're not. You didn't. Oh, damn it.
after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell through the bridge, correct?
Now Miles is wondering if it's hallucination. Nick. Drug bleach.
I was gonna drink bleach.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. I think this is the statement again. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning, okay? Reasoning, is it? I thought I'd never get a chance to see something so big burning.
Hold it!
So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. It's not something you see every day. A real specule... Like, really special? Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can.
I'll give you a few hits too, if you'd like, with my whip.
Oh, your sister's scary, Angie. How did you know she's my sister? She called you her baby brother when we were in the lobby together. Francisca. Really?
Asked me to do something simply asinine. What else did you expect me to do?
You let a witness. You talked to a witness. And referred to me as your baby brother.
Yes.
I dearly hope it is because you knew said witness was a part of my childhood.
I have heard tales and read trials from Phoenix Wright.
No amount of aspirin will make this headache go away. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. Still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay. I forget which statement we really need.
Well, he went up after he saw the lightning, correct?
Yeah, let me check. The weather report. It was at 10:45. About 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out.
And Nick didn't find out about the murder until 11.
Which
And
means
it's
he
a
got
20-minute walk.
which means he got there at about 11:15, 11:20.
Yep.
So he didn't
But-
go right away.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I know that's it. I just have to like find where it is. So pressing Larry on those two statements doesn't really help.
No, but one of those two statements is the answer.
Fuck.
Oh no, did it cancel one out?
Yeah,
it cancels one out. Okay.
yeah, I just need to press them again and pick the other
Yep.
one. That's
Yep.
fine. That's fine.
Hold it!
We can just speed through it with me right-clicking. Why didn't you call anybody? I mean, they kind of hinted at that too, with Miles being like, why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. So, it is the weather report?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Objection!
Perf. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien! But your testimony is conclusively contradictory, and I'm not sure that you aren't an extraterrestrial, as pleasant as your parents are. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know? 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. Oh god, not this again. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy! How many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Luis Donin!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that.
Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m.
And why not?
It is clearly written in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means... what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me! Order!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright? I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Francisca, there was a 25-minute gap in my own trial, and that proved to be the crux of everything.
I hardly see that as much of a problem, Miles Edgeworth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not much of a problem at all!
Finally, you are agreeable.
Thank you. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there to simply watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us this whole time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything! Ow!
Then say it.
Francisco, we should be a little bit concerned here. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I'm a donym. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right! I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Oh, God. They're all gonna think I'm crazy. Tell us, Larry. My name is Larice! Get it right! Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Larice Donim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist. Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing.
Ooh, coming from Franzi. That's a big round of applause.
Hell yeah, it is.
That is a great line for Francisca von Karma to say. Being that she is a von Karma.
I like that you're now starting to pronounce it the Germanic way.
Yeah. I mean, I am starting to pronounce another prosecutor's name the Germanic way, too.
Yep.
Hell yeah, boy, look at her go! Yep, I agree, chat.
There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching the burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Ah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? Got a terrible feeling about the instant this sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please. Well. Even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this. Imagined what? That Laurice Donum's debut would take place here today, like this. Ouch.
Show it now.
Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Laurice Donum. Well. So this dusky bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma.
Yes, well, Miles Edgeworth. Bist du so terug dass du immer geblaust?
Ebe intensifies. Bruh, that's what I'm gonna be playing after this game. That is yet to be seen, Francisco.
It is a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yeah, yes, I'm sure you did. Renzi's so pissed and confused, she's stuttering in German as the best thing. Yeah, Katie is telling me what she's saying in German because I don't know German. but so Miles can respond. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This...
Sorry.
It's so good, I'm gonna put it right up on the fridge. Hey man. The development that happens with Larry in this is actually super fantastic, and I love it very much, like, genuinely. But that is a spectacular thing to say, on the other hand. Right up on the fridge. The fridge called Evidence. That's the fridge's name. Evidence. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? Fridge your evidence. The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that! I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course! Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Ugh. Larry, please. Answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Oh,
You!
hi! The girl, she's really high up in this picture. This is the point in the anime bloopers where Larry, his English voice actor was like, that gorgeous angel could fly! And then, for some reason, it was Uji and not Uji. And for some reason, he just didn't recognize Miles. Who knows why. But, like, his voice actor said in the dying old man voice, well, clearly he's on meth. And I don't exactly blame him. That would be the proper reaction.
Yeah.
Ah, what was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you to check on the cheek to check that to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
I cannot believe I am saying this. Actually, there is some precedence for this.
You're not talking about the very big circus case, are you?
Yes.
Francisco. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? Francisca Belladonna von Karma.
Why does she have a French middle name? I love it, but why does she have a French middle name?
Montfort wanted her to be even more cultured?
Maybe. He wanted to sound even more fanciful with his naming of children.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I like that explanation.
I don't know, it just felt good to say.
I mean, I get it. I started calling Nick Fee Nicholas, so
You call him Fee Nicholas J. Wright.
yes.
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, and by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. The J stands for Flarp and Turtle. The J stands for jackass. Stands for Flarp and Turtle. It always stands for Flarp and Turtle. Yes, Your Honor. I can see Nick flip-flopping between, like, all of them. Just Nick one day being like, yeah, it stands for jackass. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what'd you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Larry's sketch, horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. Oh, poor Larry. He draws better than I can.
Especially with Crayon. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty impressive for Crayon.
Yeah. Apollo internally losing it. He would say that to Apollo. Oh my god. Put that thing back where it belonged, or came from, or so help me. Thankfully, Polly doesn't run into evidence like this. But I can also see Nick, like, Polly hearing Nick's middle initial is J, and he's just like, what's the J for? And Nick's like, it stands for jackass.
Next time. It stands for January.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, really, Mr. Wright, what does it stand for? January.
Flarp and Total.
Flarp and Turtle. The fuck do you mean Flarp and Turtle? That's an F, not a J silent.
J silent.
Oh, man. Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. Apollo thinking, I'm sorry I asked. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Yeah, about that. We've got the hood, Larry.
Objection!
I'm not even gonna press on that. We've got the hood. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible! I drew exactly what I saw! I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who... that the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ah!
Foolhardy folly of such a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was! That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood.
Seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
I tried warning you. I tried.
How is this an associate of yours, Miles Edgeworth?
It's a very long story. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Hey, G, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog! I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage.
What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you! What? I haven't even known you for 25 years. That's how old we are. What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive?
Evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larice Donham, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain! You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. Oh, Wright did not have it nearly this bad with him. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried.
Miles also never saw Larry trying to hit on a married woman.
No. But I would say this is worse.
Oh, yeah.
I was so
Nick has
worried.
also been dealing with this shit for years. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm cutting you off.
I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? Finders keepers.
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere? Yeah, that looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood. Crystal sphere, found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge on the night of the crime, has blood on it. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Laurice Donim only a few minutes ago?
Hold it!
So, you went to the burning bridge. That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do is meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing I can't even work up the energy to point. So, what did you do next?
Hold it!
So you searched all over for her. She was flying pretty high, you know? I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so, you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow is deep and there's even a banana peel out there. Ugh. Yes, there's stupid and then there's Larry Bots. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next?
Hold it!
Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help me in my search. And it sparkled really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night?
Hold it!
Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, all right, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer.
Hold it!
Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right! My gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. I would at least like to make Wright's life as easy as possible, but it seems that's not the case. Alright, so...
Never is.
Oh, you're here again.
Yep.
How long have you been there?
Just the past couple minutes.
Did you actually drink bleach?
The nurse wouldn't let me.
You called the nurse and asked for bleach. What did I tell you?
I didn't call the nurse. She was doing medicine rounds.
You still asked a nurse for bleach.
Yeah, still not the dumbest thing I've done.
Why do I have an easy time believing that?
I don't know.
What is Nick even doing in the hospital that makes him think he's hearing vials?
Just laying in the bed, staring up at the ceiling, waiting to be discharged.
He's just like imagining things.
He's just like trying to like trace out patterns and, you know, the ceiling tiles and stuff. He's got nothing better to do, and then all of a sudden you can just hear Miles in his head, and he's like, I'm going crazy. I should probably ask to be put into the psych ward.
But I'm not going to.
Not going to, because there's more important things to do. I'll come back for the psych ward after.
Okay, so we need to present Elise's photo here. This one.
Yeah.
Objection!
Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch!
Crystal sphere like this is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
Francisca, that isn't spherical shaped, nor is it purple.
Not on this brooch.
You do have a veritable half-closet full of them. I like that is her only answer.
She's not even gonna dignify that.
Yeah. She's like, it's only part of a dresser. Madam, you do not. She probably does actually have a giant-ass birch collection back in Germany.
One of them probably does have like like an amethyst or something.
Yeah. And they look nothing alike. Yeah, but she's talking about that one. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. The crystal sphere is gone. What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, It certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donim?
Fool alongside another fool, on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble,
Hey!
is ridiculous.
No, it's not. I spent a really long time on it.
Will not even dignify that with a response.
Hey!
People cannot fly. Thus, it is rejected.
I thought you said there was a basis for this, Francisca.
I said no such thing, Miles Edgeworth.
Citing the Berry Big Circus case as an example.
That was simply magic.
Magic
What we are
isn't
speaking of here is not that.
magic isn't real, Francisca.
Of course it is. It's just simply a different name for tricks.
Yet you still cited it as a course to continue the trial.
Miles Edgeworth, we will discuss this later
I'm sure we will.
with my whip. It has been quite some time since I've made you dance, after all.
Good luck trying to hit me. Now that I know it's coming, I will be avoiding it.
That's why I said dance.
Miles is just massaging his temples. He's got a headache. He thinks he's going crazy. Franzi's threatening to hit him, which, I mean, it's just been a while. I mean, that used to be, you know, the norm. Francisca waving a riding crop around. Yes, it is canon, baby. For those who didn't know, baby Francisca does have a riding crop.
It's terrifying and precious.
Yeah, it is preciously terrifying. It's adorably terrifying. Oh god, little Franzi is so fucking cute. You can't do that! I saw it with my own two eyes!
In this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
Also, Francisca, you wear aquamarine, not a gaudy crystal.
I am known to wear other colors, Miles Edgeworth.
No, it isn't the color, it is the gem itself. That is obviously a fake crystal, yours is actual aquamarine.
Anyway, it is still a red herring.
Miles like, my sister doesn't wear gaudy jewelry. It's like, stop insulting yourself. You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you will realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet you expect us to believe that that has nothing to do with the case.
That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer simply placed it there to throw the evidence off the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew this ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer?
All joking aside.
That was a joke? Dude, she's got a fucked up sense of humor. Alright, please watch your language in a court of law.
What was that?
Nothing. Hiding behind the bench now. Hiding. Behind the witness stand.
Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that it is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elisto Nim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? I mean, he has to.
Yep.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You'll do what?
Look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
Thank you. Also, thank you, Yoda, in the chat. I see your reference. And that should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Oh boy.
Let me see the sphere again.
I don't remember this. There's the blood on it. Found half covered in snow. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, well, the snow had time to settle on it.
Yep.
So that means it was dropped before the murder.
Yep.
So, but I'm not sure what to present. The sphere itself?
Yeah, because I mean...
Because it was half covered in snow?
Yep.
Okay. That's why they showed us the photo of the victim, because Miles can be like, look and look.
Take that!
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it. But that's all I needed to hear from you. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Knowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What?
Order, order, order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
The murder didn't take place at Hazakor Temple Courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in Hazakor Temple Courtyard.
That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Stornim's body was found in Hazakora Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakora Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all the way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Where's the snowmobile? That would do it. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it also could have been used to carry a body. And order!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She was the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Thank you, Auntie. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Never mind. I hate you. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy. Thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. We missed your growling, sorry. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma. You make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me and all. Ouch!
Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame, Francie!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all things. I didn't see all of it.
All things the legal system stands for.
Or, yeah.
She gave him a worse whipping than she did Nick. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright. Court is now adjourned. I love the sprite of Francie smacking her fist on the desk
I know.
in utter fury.
Yeah. All right, would we like to take a break before we get into the investigation?
Yes, I need to go give my cat her her allergy medication.
Cool. And I will also be right back.
Yeah, so we're gonna be, and I'm sorry if there's any like low resolution or anything for you guys, any lag. My fucking connection is like just kind of hanging in there, just kind of in a more iffy place. But it's hanging in there, so if you are concerned or if you've seen any skips or anything like that, this will be going up on YouTube sometime next week. So don't worry about that. But as for right now, we are going to be right back. I just realized I am still recording, so the be right back screen is now up. But so for those of you on YouTube, you guys have had a smooth ride. And as you can see, we're still in a session. So we'll be right back, and then you guys will get the next episode on YouTube tomorrow. Have a good one. Take it easy.